How secure is Tether's Tether? I want to talk to you today about Tether, the stable coin, the cryptocurrency that in theory and in practice is backed by US dollar assets. Why are there concerns about Tether? Well, obviously with the failure of Luna, which also was backed by hard fixed assets, questions have been raised whether Tether can suffer the same fate as Luna. In theory and in practice, Tether is secured by US dollar assets, meaning for every issue of one coin of Tether, behind it there exists one US dollar in a bank account somewhere. In practice and in theory, when you convert your Tether into one US dollar, that coin, that stable coin, is destroyed and you are given one US dollar. The problem has arisen with the calamities that have been suffered in the cryptocurrency markets in general. The peg, this parity, the $1, one Tether coin stability, the mechanism has wobbled. You can see in the charts, it's sometimes over $1, very often below $1. At the same time, that doesn't mean that Tether is worthless. It's worth whatever investors will pay for it. But it does mean that the collateral, the backing, the fixed assets that represent the convertibility of a Tether coin, USDT, into one US dollar doesn't always have 100% collateral. While it is the contractual obligation of Tether to give you $1 when you pass one of your Tether coins into the company and to redeem it, so to speak, it is a contract, but it's not a binding contract in that it's governed by or guaranteed by the United States or the European Union or the Chinese government. This is a commercial obligation, and commercial obligations, if they're not assets sufficient to make a payment, don't make that payment. That doesn't mean that Tether is a bad investment. It doesn't mean that Tether will collapse as Luna would collapse. It does mean, however, that this is not the full faith and credit of a sovereign government. This is a contractual obligation of one issuer, Tether in this case, to pay you that dollar when you redeem a coin. In periods of financial turmoil, yes, there is a risk that Tether's collateral, the backing of its convertible, might not always be worth exactly $1. It may be a little more, it may be a little less, depending on redemptions, depending on the market for that stable coin. Do I think that that means that the whole thing is a pyramid? I certainly hope not. I don't have any inside information, any inside access to the financial audited statements of Tether to be sure that it's holding $1 for every coin that it's issued. If the management is responsible, and if you believe in the management, and that's your judgment as an investor, the coin should not suffer the fate of Luna. But that's an assumption based on what we know today. And what we know about markets is that they can move very, very fast and often in very dramatic fashion. That's all the time we have today on The Investment Advisor. I'm your host, Matthew Stevenson, in partnership with Dukascoin TV. Remember, money can take care of you. It cannot take care of itself.